I'm Ashley, and I'm a second-year vet student at St. George's University. And by the title of this video, I'm sure y'all know, we're going to be talking about why I chose St. George's University over some of the other schools I was accepted to. So it did take me 3 tries to get into vet school, and the third time I applied to 23 schools. And I ended up getting accepted to SGU, Ross for the vet prep program, Sydney, and I was waitlisted at Mississippi State. So all of the schools I applied to were great programs. These are just some of my own personal reasons why I chose SGU over the other schools I was accepted to or waitlisted at. For the most part, the locations and weather was around the same at most of the places I was accepted to, so I did not base my decision over like location and weather, just because, again, it was similar. So for some of the reasons why I chose SGU over the Ross program was for a few different reasons. The NAVLE pass rate at the time that I was accepted was better at SGU than Ross, and the curriculum kind of matched what I wanted better. And also, I was accepted into the vet prep program, so I wasn't in the vet school right away with Ross University, so it was cheaper financially to go with St. George's University because I was already accepted within the vet school. So that's kind of why I chose SGU over Ross. If you have any specific questions about this university in particular, please let me know down in the comments. I chose SGU over the University of Sydney for a couple of different reasons, even though it was one of my reach schools. Financially, it was cheaper to attend SGU for myself personally because I wanted to get a vehicle down in Australia if I was gonna do that. And then I would have had to pay on 2 different car loans and car payments because I have a vehicle in the States that I didn't want to get rid of just because I wanted to work during winter break and over my summer breaks. It would have been more difficult to travel back and forth. I know that's a very long flight, and at the time the COVID restrictions were still pretty heavy in Australia at the time. And they only gave me a 2 months notice. I know they do this pretty much every year, but for me that just wasn't enough time to get all the vaccinations done, all my medical history, all my current medications I had to bring, and my insurance didn't want to pay for a year's supply of my medication without me having to do like routine blood work and being checked on. So there were quite a different like complications with trying to go to the University of Sydney, but it would have been a great school for me to go to, but I did end up going to SGU instead. I chose SGU over waiting for Mississippi State just because they weren't telling me my rank, and I didn't know if I was going to get off the wait list for them in time for me to actually get all my school supplies. And the dress code at Mississippi State is business casual, I believe, still for lectures, so I would have had to got a whole new wardrobe. But I did just want to start preparing myself for vet school, so I did take my name off of the wait list for Mississippi State. Even though that was like the #1 school I wanted to get into, but it didn't happen. But Mississippi State, the good thing about that school is it is an affiliate of SGU for my clinical year, although I'm not sure how that works because it is a 2+2 program, but SGU works with Mississippi State, so I could actually go there for my clinical year. I'm still debating on what schools I'm putting on my list of 4 to give to the university, so I still have a little bit time left to figure that out. But that's kind of what the reasoning was behind me not wanting to wait for Mississippi State because I wasn't sure if I was going to get off the wait list. And by the time I did get off the wait list, it was probably going to be May, June time frame, and that wasn't very much time to get everything together and get an apartment, move there, because at the time we were living in Indiana, so it was kind of far, but that's kind of what the reasoning was behind me not wanting to wait for Mississippi State. I did have some personal reasons as well on why I wanted to attend SGU over the other vet schools I was accepted at and waitlisted at, because I was born in Guam, and I wanted to know what it felt like to live on an island because I left that island when I was only 4 months old. And I did really want to study abroad again at some point during my college career. So this was honestly the best options I could have gotten. And after attending an SGU Zoom meeting, like during the summer, I started liking their curriculum more. And I like the fact that I can do my clinical year anywhere in the States or Europe, because it gives me a chance to network more. And I also enjoy immersing myself in a new country and a new culture. It kind of helps me be more of a well-rounded veterinary student and a future veterinarian. So I believe it's really important. And I like the fact that SGU offered more hands-on than any of the other vet schools I was looking at, just because I learned better with hands-on learning versus book learning. So I did appreciate the fact that SGU focused more on like learning your clinical skills your first term versus your third year, like most vet schools are. So that's kind of some of the reasons why I chose SGU over all the other vet schools. If you do have any questions about any of the vet schools that I talked about and kind of like why I chose SGU over all the others, I will put a list of the schools I applied to down in the description. So in case you do have any specific questions about those schools in particular, you can also reach out. But I hope you did enjoy this video, and if you did, give it a like and subscribe for more videos. I am planning on doing my VEMCAS application, just talking about some of the experiences I had before I applied. And since I did apply 3 times, I am considering making another video about like how I changed my application each time to make it sound better, and what I did to like better my chances as an applicant to ending up getting accepted to 3 vet schools in my 3rd application cycle. But again, I hope you all have a great day, and let me know if you have any questions.